How to ask for a raise after getting a degree. Did you know that just having a degree doesn't automatically get you a raise? Not every company will give you a raise just because you get a degree. There's a strategy that you can use to deal with that. What if your degree could open doors to better pay and better opportunities without having to change companies? I'll show you how to position yourself for a salary increase using what you've just accomplished. Before you ask for a raise, do this one thing first. Not doing it could leave money and opportunities on the table. At the end of this video, you'll learn what are the essential strategies for positioning yourself for a raise after you've gotten a degree. Understand how to leverage your degree to add real value for your company and yourself, and discover the right approach for asking your boss for a raise based on your degree. So nix that one, and we're going with discover the right way to ask your boss for a raise that works. First of all, congratulations on your degree. This is huge. This is a massive milestone in your life. So take a moment to celebrate it and congratulate yourself. If you haven't already, it's always good to pause when you accomplish something incredible and just give yourself a pat on the back and allow other people to celebrate with you. Once you've done that, it's time to turn around and start thinking about the return on investment. You've made a huge investment of your energy, your time, your effort, your money. And what we want to do now is look at how do you leverage that to be able to get a fantastic return on investment. And not only that, but to be able to do more of what you love and earn more money while you're doing it. It's important to inform people about your degree. Step number one would be talk to your boss. Now, chances are your boss already has an idea that you are pursuing a degree because you've maybe asked for a little bit of time off, or you've asked for some accommodations given the amount of course load that you have, and your boss already knows. But now they're egging you on. They want to celebrate with you. Make sure you let them know that you've got your degree, and depending on how close that you are to them, you could even invite them to one of the celebratory parties. They're your partner in getting this degree and in helping you leverage it. And make sure that they understand that's how you see them and that they want to be part of your success. Most people love celebrating other people's successes and they want to be part of it. So make sure your boss knows. The other thing that's useful to do is to update your records with HR. So HR keeps a record of people's skill sets, people's education, people's experience, so that they can do career planning, career progression, and also so they can move you as a resource around different parts of the company, depending on what the needs of the company are. So super important to make sure that HR knows that you now have a degree. It's worthwhile. You can do this virtually and you can just send them a copy of your certificate. I have found that it's much more valuable to be able to schedule a meeting with them if you possibly can, in person if you possibly can. If you're doing it virtually, make sure that you're doing a video meeting with them and you're letting them know what the update is. You're sending them a copy of your certificate and your grades, and then you're also using it as an opportunity to be able to get educated and ask them what the implications of this are. So now that I have a bachelor's degree in finance, does that mean that there are opportunities, more opportunities for me within the accounting or the payments department? Help them help you understand where you should also be looking in the company. You're bringing value to the company by virtue of having done this degree. Find out where that value can be leveraged. The other important thing to do is update your professional presence. So if you're a member of an association, make sure the association knows. There's lots of associations who very beautifully celebrate their members' successes, and they'll do a little profile of you in their newsletter or on their website. Make sure that they know. Also make sure that you're doing it for yourself on LinkedIn, update it, and send a notification out to your network. Again, real genuine people love celebrating other people's successes because we can all live vicariously through your successes. Make sure that we know so that we can celebrate with you. I go deeper into leveraging job offers and degrees and promotions in my other video. How to use a job offer to get a promotion or a raise. That's worth looking at in terms of how to let everyone know about your success. Fourth thing to do is to schedule a raise conversation with your boss. The reality is that most companies don't pay for you just having a degree. They pay for the value that you can bring to the company. So when you're scheduling a meeting with your boss, you're not scheduling a meeting to specifically ask for a raise. What you're doing is you're letting your boss know how you did. They already know that you've now gotten a degree, but now you're coming in and you're letting them know how you did, what your focus topics were. Remember, they've got 20, 30, 40, 300 people reporting to them. They're not going to remember all the topics that you studied as part of your degree. So make sure that you go over that with them again, and if they already know, it won't be redundant, they'll let you know they don't want to hear it again. But let them know what you've studied, and then have a conversation with them as to where this can be best applied to add value for the company. So you're looking for their advice in this particular case. You're not going in and saying, I want a raise. You're saying, I'd love your advice on how to leverage this to be able to position myself for a salary increase eventually. And if you could give me some ideas as to where the subjects that I studied as part of my degree would be of most value to you, to our group, to our team, to our department, to the company. So what you're doing in here is you're not just simply asking for a raise, you're asking them to help you, having had the conversation with HR, to understand where your degree can be best positioned to add value for the company, and also to take some things off your boss's plate. They have an awful lot on their plate at any given time. If you're offering to take something off their plate, you're immediately positioning yourself as someone who is more valuable to them. There's a key question to ask here is, what are the opportunities that you see for me now that I have this degree? And it's one thing to inform them about the degree, but you have to be very specific about asking them what the opportunities are, because what that'll do is that'll move them out of celebrating with you and congratulating you into being on your side of the table and looking at where are the opportunities where you can leverage your degree. They know that you spent a lot of money, time and energy and effort to get this. So now what you're looking for is how do you improve your return on investment by finding those opportunities with your boss's help. Before you go into this conversation, make sure that you take my free promotion readiness assessment. It's not specifically designed for a conversation after you've had a degree, but what it will do is it'll help you see how your degree is going to add value to the company. It'll ask you questions that'll make you register where those opportunities are. So you're going into the conversation with HR and with your boss prepared, having done your homework. So a quick little side note that might help you with your thinking is I got degrees while I was working and, went through the whole process of paying for them myself and figuring out how to make all that work, as I'm sure you have done. Someone asked me once, so did you ask for a raise when you got a degree? And I thought about it and I thought, I never asked for a raise. I always asked for a promotion because I assumed that if I got a promotion, then it put me in a position to be able to get multiple raises under the umbrella of that promotion. So the promotion readiness assessment is super useful because it pushes you beyond just asking for a raise to seeing whether or not you're really ready for a promotion. So it drives a level of honesty that allows you to be able to say, how am I using my fantastic degree to position me for my next promotion? So you can certainly ask for a raise, but make sure that you're asking yourself whether or not you're ready for a promotion. And if you are, it gives you a lot more confidence to be able to go in and ask for a raise. The other thing to consider is if you're asking for a raise, it usually comes with added responsibilities. The promotion readiness assessment will help you identify what those responsibilities might be and how ready you are for those. And that's, again, being brutally honest with yourself and really beginning to see how what you learned in your degree relates to adding value for your company. So quick reminder, free promotion readiness assessment, link is down below in the comments. Take it. Let me know what you think and let us know how the conversations went. We want to celebrate your successes too, and I wish you the best of luck.